The ideas of reducing the gap between as planned and as built, we're always working to a time deadline. So it's constantly you're working towards either a steel delivery, again coming from Christchurch, or a concrete pour which is at a set date and you've got an inspection ahead of it. So the health and safety aspect for us is we've been able to assess the pile as built ahead of our reinforcing being fabricated and make determinations and decisions with the design works engineer as to what rework needs to be done to the pile reinforcing before our ground beam reinforcing is placed.
We did a survey of all the reinforcements sticking out of the ground. We have the model from the consultants, we have the model from this subcontractor, which is the reinforcement on site, and we are already receiving the models for the future work. So what we are doing right now is that we're checking the clash in between what we have sticking out of the ground from the piles, the reinforcement that we are placing, and the whole hold-down bolts that are coming. And these hold-down bolts, they have plates on the bottom, plates on the top to actually guide them. We call them guide plates, and it keeps them in place so they won't move it too much when you pour in concrete. Hopefully they won't move at all. For that, we've been using the 3D model to check the clash of that plate.
What we're looking or hoping for here is that when we get to precast panels, the approach that we're taking of surveying in our drop-spec starters and then surveying them and hold down bolts post is that we can provide the as-built information to the team that are providing the next level or the next parts, which are largely our precast panels and our structural steel members, so that we can confirm hole locations through base plates are where they're required to be, or if we've had an issue in a poor hydraulic movement, etc., in the forms, that we can correct for displacement prior to these beams or precast units being on the hook of a crane. What we want to avoid at all costs is the need to be working under pressure with a heavy element on the hook of a crane, trying to rework either hold down bolts or drop-spec starters.
Essentially, it's making sure that everyone can get home safely at the end of every day. You know, we have an obligation to make sure that work is undertaken safely on site every day, and we can't put workers at risk.